Hey, what's going on everyone? Just thought I'd bring up something that's been on my mind for a while and finally get around to making a video on it. So, when the Switch was first revealed in Japan and we saw that cool looking mofo Yoshiaki Kozumi show off the Joy-Cons, I remember talking about how the Joy-Cons at that time were the most exciting thing about the Switch. Because even though the portable nature of the Switch is a big selling point, theoretically I already had that with the Wii U and its gamepads, because for me, being portable means being able to play anywhere in the house without needing a TV, and the Wii U pretty much supported that. And I'm not one for actively taking my portable consoles outside. So it was down to the Joy-Cons and their tech to get me excited about how I'll be playing the next generation of Nintendo games, as well as third-party games differently and hopefully more engaging and intuitive than what a standard PlayStation or Xbox controller could offer. It was nearly the same type of excitement I had for the Wiimote and the Wii U gamepad when they were first shown off. Those controllers just ignited my creative thinking towards video games, and I dreamed about all the ways old and new games could be enhanced with these controllers. And luckily, but not fully, we saw a number of examples of this from the likes of Wii Sports, Wii Sports Resort, Metroid Prime 3, No More Heroes, Silent Hill, Shattered Memories, Mario Galaxy, Skyward Sword, etc, etc. Roll on to the Switch, and first off, we're given an idea of how freaking cool both the HD Rumble and IR camera is on the Joy-Cons through the game 1-2 Switch. Which yes, it's certainly no Wii Sports or Nintendo Land, and many can justifiably argue that it's an overpriced tech demo. But I was lucky enough to have the game bought for me by a good friend, and me and my family played 1-2 Switch quite a bit. The potential of HD Rumble was shown in the minigames, one where you rotate the Joy-Con and try to work out how many marbles are rolling around in a box displayed on a screen, which is still the most awesome feeling use of HD Rumble I've experienced on a system, I feel. Or other games like Safe Crack, where the subtlety of the HD Rumble is put into great effect. Or other uses of the IR camera like the eating contest, which although can be fiddly to line up correctly, it still adds a layer of fun that you just don't get anywhere else. But as time rolled on, the unique feature set of the Joy-Cons started to become more standard and familiar, as if we'd been here before, and that's mostly because we had, thanks to the Wiimote and Wii U gamepad, I'd personally become so familiar with motion controls that they'd become ingrained in my playstyles, and the control setup I preferred. So in so many games, gyro aiming for fine targeting was now a standard thing for me. Confirmed in games like Breath of the Wild and Splatoon 2. And motion controls for additional things that made dual analog sticks feel supplanted, like in arms for twisting and curving your attacks easier, and pulling off special moves easier in Super Mario Odyssey. These were all things introduced during the Wii era, and in some ways refined using the Joy-Cons, but never did they feel completely new, I suppose, adding to the excitement of what the Switch and its Joy-Cons meant to be able to offer Nintendo's latest games. It's almost like going from the N64 controller to the GameCube. You get refinements and the odd extension of features like analog triggers, but there's still that familiarity that doesn't quite trigger the same excitement when engaging with your games through an external source. These being the controllers. So as I look at what the Switch is currently delivering, the Joy-Cons and their features feel like they are either taking a seat back or just too familiar, I suppose. What I need from Nintendo is more unique uses of the Joy-Cons features. Just like what they were trying to push in Nintendo Labo, which is the most recent game for Nintendo that focuses on the Joy-Cons. But just like my Nintendopia video, which I'll also link above if you haven't seen it already, I don't want these ideas to be one-off things that get forgotten or dashed aside. If you look through the Wii era, even third-party games were even third-party were going nuts with the Wiimote's features. Games like Zack and Wiki and all its motion control craziness. The return of arcade, light gun shooters like House of the Dead Overkill, Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles, Dead Space Extraction from EA of all people, Call of Duty, Boom Blocks, De Blob, Red Steel, Lost Winds, if you remember that indie title, that was awesome. Mad World, Trauma Center, etc., etc. Like I said, the list goes on. It felt like everyone was firing on all cylinders, taking advantage of the Wiimote and Nunchuck and its feature set. Especially Nintendo, whose output through the Wii and DS eras, was just immense. I believe it will happen. But I really, really hope that the next Zelda title, which I do believe will appear on a Switch, I really hope it goes all, skyward sword with its push to use the Joycons and their feature set in a number of fun and creative ways. And, I even said the same thing about Metroid Prime 4, which I don't want to play using dual analog sticks. I really hope they don't do that. That's one of the things I'm most scared about. I hope once again it goes all Metroid Prime 3 and uses motion controls and HD rumble, maybe even an IR camera in some crazy and awesome ways to make this game and feel really fresh and take advantage of the Switch in all its capacity. Is the new Yoshi game using the IR camera or motion controls? I don't know, and I don't think I've seen any evidence of it. But I do hope that they use it just like they use the tilt controls in Yoshi's Woolly World, using the gamepad or the Wiimote or whatever. Will the new Animal Crossing let you use the IR camera to scan things? A bit similar to like Nintendo Labo when you're forming tracks and stuff. In Animal Crossing, that can lead to in-game unique designs for like clothes and furniture that you've drawn yourself, etc. Or will you be able to cast your fishing rods, etc. using motion controls? I really hope so. For the most part, it's only Nintendo who can come up with the crazy ways we can interact with our games, using their unique controllers. And I want to see and feel that surprise and wondered again, just like during the Wii and DS generations, because right now it's just not happening as much as I would like, and that saddens me. But at the same time, we're still waiting to see a lot of Nintendo's regular IPs appear on a Switch. So I just hope that when they do finally come along, we do see the Joy-Cons put to better use and more creative use, just like we felt during the Wii era. But anyway, I think I'm done here. What are your thoughts on the use of the Joy-Cons feature sets? This isn't a video to rant about how temperamental these things are. That's a whole different rant for another day. I just want to know how you feel about the Joy-Cons uses in games, and whether you're still finding them exciting, or if you desire to see more unique uses of them in more games in the future, and try to bring back some of the Wii magic that I feel has been lost a little. But as always, thanks for listening. Leave a comment below. I'll reply to every single one of you, like I always say. And take care all. Peace.